the top 10 NFL outside linebackers of 2025, and we're going to start with some honorable mentions. We're going to close it out with two of the guys that are going to be on the top 10 list. And we start with Odafe Oweh. He had a great year. He definitely broke out this year. He definitely started to actually show his potential and what he can do on a daily basis, and that's great for Baltimore. They obviously knew that when they drafted him, they saw the potential, they saw what he can do, and the fact that he was able to deliver that this year is really good. Better late than never. He's great. Definitely upside for this already great Baltimore defense. Oweh, 26 years old, 4 years in the league, 1 year, $13.25 million on the rookie deal. So he's getting good. He's getting really good at the right time. 17 games played, 39 tackles, 9 tackles for loss, 23 QB hits, 10 sacks, and 1 forced fumble. The 2 games in the playoffs, 3 tackles, a tackle for loss, 3 QB hits, and a sack. So overall, good job on him. I like to see what he's going to do. And yeah, definitely upside. We have a late bloomer here. Definitely had his best season of his career. He was a huge contributor to New England Super Bowl wins, but he had his best stats this year in Baltimore. Kyle Van Noy. Yeah, I mean, better late than never. He has been outstanding this year. Definitely the scheme that he definitely was able to contribute to was super successful for him. Definitely surprising at the same time because I didn't expect this great of production from him, and that's great for obviously the Ravens defense. So Kyle Van Noy exploded this year. 34 years old, 11 years in the league, 1 year, $3.75 million left on the deal. 16 games that he played, 41 tackles, 14 tackles for loss, 21 QB hits, 12 and a half sacks, two pass deflections, 2 forced fumbles, and 1 fumble recovery. In the playoffs, this man had 2 games played, 4 tackles, two QB hits, and half a sack. He was a Pro Bowler, well deserved, and fourth in sacks. So overall, great for him. Awesome to see guys come into their own, and the fact that he had his best season so far in his career this year is great news for Baltimore, and obviously a team that's trying to compete for a Super Bowl. Next up, we got a guy that's definitely came out of nowhere. Definitely did his job and still super young, so he's still got a lot of potential to be even better. Bright spot for the Dallas Cowboys, and it's the Marvion Overshown. So overall, this is his first time here. He's super young. Definitely had great ability. Definitely seemed that he's going to probably play that inside linebacker position, but he was labeled outside. So I'm putting him out here. Obviously, he's going to probably play inside more next year. 24 years old, 2 years in the league, 2 years, $2.72 million on the rookie deal. He did have 13 games played, 90 tackles, 8 tackles for loss, 5 QB hits, 5 sacks, 1 interception. That interception went for a touchdown, 4 pass deflections, 1 forced fumble, and 1 fumble recovery. Second in interception touchdowns. Overall, this is a guy that definitely can be a Pro Bowl. Definitely at his peak can be an All Pro. So overall, Dallas has someone here. It's really good to see that, and yeah, I'm expecting a lot of good things from him this year. We do have another guy that played inside linebacker, probably be inside linebacker for his new team, definitely. But labeled outside, it's kind of weird. His highlights definitely show him that he was inside, and he's been inside majority of his career. But I'm rolling with it. It is what it is. Honestly, roast me or criticize me if you want, but this is what I'm doing. Anyway, Kenneth Murray Jr. He's been okay since he's been in the league. I think he definitely needed to have a breakout year like this year. He had a really good year actually, and honestly, it's going to translate really well. I think it's a great sign for his new team. He's 26 years old, 5 years in the league, 1 year, $7.5 million with the Dallas Cowboys. I think that's a great signing for him. With Overshown, I believe that could be deadly and lethal, and I believe that they can be. Um, I think that it can be dangerous, and I do believe that the defense of Dallas could actually improve. So that is a good thing for him. Kenneth Murray, 14 games played, 95 tackles, 8 tackles for loss, 5 QB hits, 3.5 sacks, 1 interception, 2 pass deflections, and 1 forced fumble. So definitely had some wreck having plays, and he definitely was able to be a super important piece to the Tennessee Titans. Now he's going to be important for Dallas. Up, I do have a guy that can be a top 10 guy, and definitely Denver's got a guy that's going to be great along Nick Benito. Overall, we all can see what happened last year. Denver's defense was the real deal. They got some really young players, they got some potential, and obviously they went to the playoffs. And, I do believe that this team can be very successful this year, especially with a year added to their experience. But the person I'm talking about right now is going to be Jonathan Cooper. Jonathan Cooper has definitely had a great year this year. 27 years old, 4 years in the league, 4 years, 49.14 million. 17 games played, 58 tackles, 11 tackles for loss, 20 QB hits, 10 and a half sacks, one pass deflection, one forced fumble. The one playoff game against the Bills, he had three tackles. Overall, this is a guy that can be a Pro Bowl. This is definitely a guy that, if he continues to work on his craft, I could see him as second team All Pro. Honestly, overall, I just believe he can be a super key contributor to a Denver Broncos defense. And alongside Nick Benito, this is very dangerous, definitely for the AFC West, for the AFC, and the future of hopefully a really successful campaign for them. Our last honorable mention is going to be Hassan Reddick. Last year he was number 8, huge leader for Philadelphia. Went to New York, had a lot of drama there. Didn't seem like he wanted to play at all, and he did sign into a new team, which obviously, as you can see from the screen, it's the Tampa Bay Bucks. I think they're getting a really good edge rusher. I think an outside linebacker presence like him for Tampa Bay in a scheme and in a defense that has some potential, some young guys, some veteran players, combination of both can definitely serve them well. And I believe that obviously if they're trying to win the NFC South again, they're going to need a pretty good defense. Their offense is definitely looked upon more than their defense, but their defense can rock well and definitely can stop a lot of pretty decent teams. Mid tier for sure. Really good ones, like in terms of like playoff contenders. We'll see what happens with that. Obviously, they were not able to beat Jaden Daniels and the Commanders, but again, when you have off seasons, you're going to have key pieces, and I think Hassan Reddick is going to come back and do well. 30 years old, 8 years in the league. He did sign the 1 year, 14 mil with Tampa. 10 games that he played, 14 tackles, two tackles for loss, three QB hits, one sack, one pass deflection, and one forced fumble. Overall, he's been all right, but I do want to see more of him, and I want to see what he's going to do, obviously, for the Tampa Bay Bucks this year. To start it out, number 10 is going to be Josh Sweat. Last year he was number 9, but at the end, this time he goes to outside linebacker, and he actually does lead, I believe, the Philadelphia Eagles in sacks this year. So overall, his level of, in terms of impact was still felt, regardless of him leaving one position to another position. Definitely excelled. Definitely a guy that's still young, still able to get it done, and still able to be impactful for whoever he plays for, which will not be Philadelphia this year. I think he's a really good number 10 right now. You're looking at Josh Sweat, 28 years old, 7 years in the league, 4 years, $76.4 million that he signed with the Arizona Cardinals. That's a great sign for him. Obviously, Philadelphia would be missing him, but Arizona, that's a great uplift for them that's trying to rebuild. 16 games played, 41 tackles, 9 tackles for loss, 15 QB hits, 8 sacks, and 2 pass deflections in the postseason. 4 games played, 10 tackles, 3 tackles for loss, 3 QB hits, and 2.5 sacks. So, yeah, great stuff. Can't wait to see what he does in Arizona. Finish out this video. It's going to be number 9, Harold Landry. Last year was an honorable mention. This year, and because of the body of work that he's been continuously having, especially with Tennessee, he definitely deserves to be on this list. And there's no honestly, I think he just get even better. Definitely has some time left. Definitely has a really good deal that he just signed in free agency. So I think that will be a really good motivation for him. So Harold Landry, 29 years old, 7 years in the league. He signed 3 years, $43.5 million with the New England Patriots, which is a really good sign for him. Obviously, the Patriots are in a rebuilding process. They're obviously trying to find leaders. They're trying to find game changers. They're trying to find guys that actually want to win, right, and build a culture. And Harold Landry's a really good at peace for that. So overall, good job on them. Harold Landry, good job on making that money because he's worked really, really hard and he's been extremely effective with Tennessee. Played 17 games, 71 tackles, 15 tackles for loss, 15 QB hits, has safety, 9 sacks, and 4 pass deflections. He was first in safeties. Overall, definitely is a guy that's a double-digit sack type season type guy. So overall, I see him doing just that in New England and hopefully continuously getting better. But yeah, number 9 is a great fit for him. It's nice to see him not honorable mention anymore. Hopefully for a while.